Mas ela fez as mulheres da famosa atrás de você. Você viu a foto dela? Vai ter outra foto? Sim.
Então, aqui quem fala é Carlinhos Troll, segue aí. Nós estamos indo para Boston, são 3h30 da manhã, dá umas 4h30, 5 horas de viagem. A minha mãe tá indo visitar uma madrinha dela que tá em Boston e eu e a senhora Troll resolvemos me visitar junto. E ó, tá todo mundo no carro, ó. Ah, eu ia mostrar isso aqui, ó. Isso aqui a gente passou no posto para eu comprar energético, o posto tinha Dunkin' Donuts. Esses donutzinhos aí, quanto custa cada um mais ou menos?
R$2,97.
Cada potinho com esses quantos donuts?
12.
12 donuts, custa 2 e pouco. E como é donut de ontem, donut velho, a gente chegou lá 3h30 da manhã, 4 horas. Ela empurrou pra minha mãe 2 pelo preço de 1, porque é velho, vai fora. Tá tudo escuro, ó, a senhora Troll lá. A mãe Troll. E a gente tá indo pra Boston, a gente vai buscar minha irmã. Isso aqui é a Elizabeth, olha, não tem lugar pra estacionar, olha os carros, ó. Então é isso, a gente vai seguir viagem e o que achar legal na viagem eu vou filmar, vou passar o domingo em Boston. Que Boston? A viagem inteira assim, ó, acabada. Roncando. Trabalhou a noite toda no bar. A gente parou numa rest area, que nada mais é que um estacionamento com banheiros. Então não tem nada, tipo, não é uma loja de conveniência. Tem as maquininhas que estão aqui. E é tipo os banheirinhos ali, ó. E o estacionamento, tá chovendo. E eu vou comprar um café, tá frio, tá esfriando, inverno. Vou ter que parar pra comprar roupa pra senhora. Então, eu achei essa máquina de café que eu não sei usar, eu vou tentar. Tem as maquininhas de refri, de comidinha, de picolé. Olha o picolé, bota o congelador. Não, mas eu vou comprar café pra gente. Segura. Quanto é o café?
R$2. Eu acho que não. Por favor.
Qual é o dos lados que eu vou usar? Aqui é pra trocar, ó. Vou trocar o vídeo. Não tem que trocar. Ó, aqui tem a maquininha de trocar dinheiro.
Porque nós somos ricos e não andamos com nota
De um. O povo vai achar.
Dinheiro de bêbado.
É o troco do energético. Tudo de um.
Olha, gente, olha que linda
Moeda de ouro
essa.
lá. Moeda de ouro. De $1. Então a gente vai tomar café.
Ainda bem que é vazio
Qual
aqui, né? Ah, deixa eu mostrar qual.
Eu vou querer um normal porque eu não conheço essas porcarias. Eu não sei nem como é que tira depois da máquina. A porta vai abrir automaticamente, diz lá embaixo. Qual você quer?
Café.
Café eu acho que é esses expresso, né?
Pois.
Fresh Crown. É, esse aqui é o café normal, acho. Eu peço aqui, se for ruim, eu tomo. Vou botar 2 moedinhas. E agora? Quantas colheres de sei lá o que? Açúcar aqui bastante?
É.
Intensidade do café, 1, 2 ou 3, eu acho. Tá forte.
2.
2. Leite?
Nada.
Nada. Dá pra botar aqui? Será que é nada?
Não.
E aqui açúcar?
É.
3?
É. Está.
Está. Sem leite.
De leite.
Olha que legal.
Ah!
Aqui tá o troco. E aí vai passar o café na hora e aqui dentro é tranquilo. Olha, um copão de café é R$1,25, não é caro. Pra tu ver que café
Eu
é
achei
barato.
que ia ser uns 2 e pouquinho. Nossa senhora!
É chá.
Eu acho que a intensidade tem que ser 3.
Deixa que eu tomo essa, até que eu tô acostumado a tomar chá fé.
Olha a cor, cara, disso.
E se eu quiser mais açúcar, por exemplo?
Eu vou pegar expresso, que deve ser mais forte.
É, eu acho. Continua a filmagem.
O que é isso? O que é amareto?
Não sei, amor. Não sei mesmo. Vamos lá, experimentar o outro.
Ah, esse aqui é com café.
Com
chocolate?
mocha, leite, café com leite, sei lá. É, com chocolate.
Esse aqui é descafeinado?
É.
E esse daqui?
Dark, é mais escuro. Esse é o mais forte.
Ah,
É esse?
acho que sim, né? Expresso. Bom, esse não.
Ah, é?
Esse.
Bem forte ainda?
Não, acho que
Tu vai arriscar?
Tá, vai forte.
Melhor arriscar forte. 3 de açúcar.
Deixa eu pegar o copo, cair. Que legal.
A tampa nem fecha, então.
Que bom.
Cadê o açúcar?
Saindo outro chafé.
É, eu tô no mais forte de todos. Acho que eu pego ele bem quente. Deixa eu fazer o final. Então é isso. Vamos continuar a viagem para Boston. Tomara que não seja uma Boston de viagem. Tá quente? Volto depois. Eu vou fazendo uma coisa de pobre, tá? Faz de conta que eu tô filmando? Eu tô filmando o ambiente. Agora eu filmo ela. Agora eu passo assim no rosto dela, filmo o ambiente. Depois eu corto vocês. O que você achou desse hotel de 5 estrelas? Não, deve ser mais de 5 estrelas aqui. Tá conferindo? O que achou desse hotel de 5 estrelas aqui?
Coisa de rico, padrão,
A gente tomou um
riqueza
café da manhã
América.
de $80.
Com meia dúzia de frutinha e um creminho lá.
Olha aqui do lado aqui, ó.
Oh,
Tem coisa da... Que marca é isso? Deve ser tudo da Chanel. Eu tô de Old Navy.
eu sou pobre.
Num hotel de 6 estrelas, 5 estrelas e meia, porque tá muito chique. A minha mãe disse que eu tô sinalizado como
Pobre.
que eu sou pobre. Todo mundo tá entrando aqui me vendo que eu sou pobre.
Vou dar seu dinheirinho aí, vou ficar com dó.
A cor
É que
já
eu
não
sou
é
mais
chamativa.
pobre ainda, filmando assim.
Tá muito mais pobre. Que vergonha.
A minha mãe tá com vergonha.
Mas era bem das mulheres da famosa atrás de você. Você tira a foto dela, vai tirar a foto? Sim.
Então, a gente saiu do hotel pra trazer minha mãe aqui, porque o padrinho dela tá no hospital, veio se tratar aqui nos Estados Unidos. Aí depois de ver a Cara Banks, que eu botei antes ali, o videozinho da minha mãe segurando a porta, trancando a Cara Banks pra não sair, a gente veio no hospital. Eu achei muito bonito esse hospital. Não vai pegar tudo aqui porque a gente tá aqui perto, minha mãe tá lá dentro conversando com a madrinha e com o padrinho dela se despedindo, porque a gente vai passear de barquinho, ônibus barquinho, um ônibus que entra na água. Tudo isso aqui é um complexo, é que não tá pegando tudo. Aqui na nossa direita tem mais parte do hospital. É um monte de prédios assim bonitão, assim, todo de vidro. É bacana, né? Nós estamos no tal do Duck, que é um passeio de barco. Que vai... De barco não, é um ônibus que entra na água e vira barco. Mas é tipo assim, ó. Espremido, ó.
Com metade no banco e metade fora.
É tipo hiper ultra espremido. E é um ônibusinho, depois eu vou tirar foto de fora, é um ônibus que entra na água de uma parte do passeio. Eu vou filmar todo o passeio com a GoPro e eu não sei se eu vou poder usar esse áudio aqui, porque eu vou distorcer a voz por causa desse áudio de fundo. Volto depois.
Dropped down and the earth was moved around to fill in different bodies of water.
A gente tá em Boston.
So after the three hills were torn down, it became a big round
chamado
hill,
Duck,
which made it easier to
que
build a
é um
neighborhood.
ônibus anfíbio, tipo esse aqui na
This
frente.
park on the right is the oldest and maybe the first, but we're not sure.
E tipo, o cara é um showman que faz
It's Boston
um show
Common.
apresentando
I don't know if you
passeio
remember the
turístico.
Puritans. They set aside this
E
land
vai pra Realidade Americana,
for
tá
common
filmando
use.
tudo.
Paved walks, but it's not designed other than the walks. Beacon Hill is designed because we had the three peaks, and then they tore them down and designed and built a neighborhood of single-family homes. These are most of them are now
É um passeio de 1h45 mais ou
condominiums
menos.
or apartments.
Eu filmei toda a
But a
parte do
few
nosso passeio aqui em
are
Boston.
still single-family homes. And I tried to
fazer
find out
vídeo
which
legal pra
ones, but when I
Realidade
looked
Americana,
at them on
como
the
é que é
internet, I
o
just get real estate ads. So I haven't figured out the right terms to use. 75% of these buildings were built before 1850
Volto
or
depois.
1850 or earlier.
When I say let's share the mantra, we'll take the mantra position, which is this. It's okay to do, because the beauty of it is you'll never see these people again. Then I'll say ready and at that point we go quack. Which is like home because of the guru thing again. You notice I'm wearing glitter? A lot of people find that disturbing. Okay, share the mantra with one another. Ready and quack. That was all right. 1979, shortly after Boston was founded by Larry Bird, Boston had the first YMCA in the United States. Headquarters of the Christian Science faith. Mary Baker Eddy was the founder of Christian Science. It was founded in the late 1800s. And you know what? It was the first major religion founded by a woman in the United States. Shopping on Boylston Street. Oh, and I should tell you this. We're on man-made land right now. This is the Back Bay. Back Tidal Mash. We made the right choice. We decided to call it the Back Bay. This was filled in the 1800s. We're going east now, and the land is literally getting older as we go east. Well, I'll go back a little further. Right? Right? Do you have that where you come from? Okay, you didn't used to. This was the first free lending library in the United States. Hancock Tower. And this is Trinity Church on our right, which is considered to be one of the 10 most significant works of architecture in the United States. So now, technically, we're not in the Back Bay neighborhood anymore. On our left, this is the public garden. The oldest public botanical garden in the United States. 68, the British Army was sent to occupy Boston and try to restore order. Well, Samuel Adams and his most trusted lieutenant, Paul Revere, they laid the cornerstone of this building in 1795. I notice all of a sudden, if you look in front of us, the buildings are modern. Crew is saying, you know what, it's Friday, we're out of here, leave it. I don't know. You see the words on our left, the greatest neighborhood this side of heaven. Yeah. Someone you may have heard of. I only kept going, and then the guest got really agitated, and he started yelling, no, no! Senor! No longer an active dam, the Charles River flows through. So the Charles River is on both sides of this old dam. This was the first dam built to separate. Driving, and he had a farm. On his farm, he had a duck. Quack, quack here, quack, quack there. Hey, let's practice sharing the mantra. Let's do it. Ready, and quack. He loves when we do that. See? We're gonna hit a bump. Don't get startled by the bump. Now I'm going to start the propeller. Propeller's on, and we're going in. Here we go. Gotta get the air bubbles out, air when you first enter.
O nosso lado está mais fundo, por que será?
Okay. So this is the end of the
É porque
Charles
eu tô na
River,
ponta, será?
Massachusetts, and it ends just a few hundred yards behind us. There's the dam. I'll show you the dam. Wow, that's a gorgeous boat. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, what is the name of that one? True Blue Green. Wow. Well, this is great. All right, now, if anyone else wants to do it, you want to do exactly what Joanne did. She didn't hit anything. Will you give the, where's the young here? We pass these back to the MBA student. All right, great job. Give Joanne a hand. Yay! All right, now come on up and do just what she did. Because this guy was totally wrong. There's no evidence a Viking ever saw this river. And we have the bows of Viking ships sculpted into the bridge. But if you drive a boat, you can't, when it hits the land, it stops. Just so you know. All right, now, nice view. Okay, I've showed you the buildings. Let me show you where the back bay and this river basin were mud flat. And if you see the Sitco sign to our right, to the left of it, there's a building that looks like part of the castle. To the left of that are the light towers of Fenway. This is great. You turn the turn. Really impressed. Anybody else want to try it? Stickers. Says you drove a dog. Give her a hand. Good job, Rocky. You're welcome. Thanks for playing. Massachusetts Institute of Technology. A lot of those buildings are part of MIT. We can't see Harvard from here. Hey, is this it? Where are you from again? Florida. Naples, Florida. Nice. So you are, what, I can't see your shirt. What's office? Oh, the high school player development. A lot of people aren't college football fans in Boston. There's so many colleges. Good hockey team. He's the national hockey champion. You like the T-ball? Okay. He seems like a really nice guy. Be there, and they're still out of hand. So martial law was declared. The governor was taken out. General Thomas Gage was made the governor, and he set up a backup plan. And we shouldn't have told them about Margaret Gage, sir. Yeah, because now they know. That's going to be a good scene in the movie. And if you only go like 20 miles outside of Boston, I'm saying that because I live 20 miles outside, so maybe a little further. Lots of reeds and beautiful colors, especially this time of year. Really sorry we didn't get to do it yesterday. There's no reason you guys can't do it this week if you're around. We're a pretty well-populated area. Not more, someone wants to use tomorrow as an example, a working day, there'll be a million people in the city of Boston.
Lembra?
But
Que fez o bagulhinho aqui não fede, né?
Population of Boston.
Aqui é tranquilão. Em Boston, apesar de ser a cidade de Boston, estamos em Veneza.
But on a working day, there's
E apesar de ser uma cidade de Boston, não fede a bosta.
There's 4.5 million people in the metropolitan area. 6 million people in Massachusetts. The ducks were used by the armies of Russia, France, Australia, Great Britain. They were used again.
Yeah, I want to square.
Okay. Slow down once we're aiming for the ramp. Straight. There we go. Now I'm gonna actually hit the brakes, which don't do anything as far as stopping the duck from moving. But they slow down the wheels. Our wheels are always turning on this duck. And when they touch the ramp, they'll stop. And if they're going too fast when they stop, it puts a lot of force on the axles. Too much, in fact. So we do this slowly. Get all the wheels on. We'll give it incremental acceleration. The duck ahead of us is Longfellow Bridget. All I heard was anticipating. Okay. Yes! I don't know. I hope I just didn't offer to give him a ride home. Okay. It's gonna construction begin at the end of next year. And we're already building a building. It's gonna be an expansion of a company called okay. Education dedicated to breaking down barriers. And so his employees got him a really cool gift. Right. You see that piece of concrete with the graffiti on it? That was his 50th birthday present. It's a piece of the
Puxar
Berlin
rapidinho
Wall.
aquele negócio, pular essa janela que era mais fácil.
Nice, I know. Okay, well we're going to Boston. Then he had to manage to avoid the British troops that were landing really close to where he landed. So there was no guarantee Revere would make it out of Boston that night. And I'll tell you a backup plan he had. But before I leave Condon, lived in Charlestown. And remember I said Revere had gone to Concord the previous Saturday? That Saturday night, Revere came back to Boston. He stopped in Charlestown. Talked to William Conn was the Battle of Bunker Hill.
Tirar de bicicleta para
The
lugar lá.
British Army was under siege, essentially. I mean, they could get in and out by the harbor, but they were Boston to the hill up to our left. You'll see a monument there now. On June 17th, there was a fortress on that hill back in 1775. So the British Army figured the Americans were planning to bombard them because the Americans had cannons. That's why the Battle of Bunker Hill was fought, to get the Americans off that hill. The oldest building in Charlestown is coming up on our left. The Warren Tavern, cute dog on our right. Hey buddy, they'll be out soon. Or over 1,000 British troops were killed or wounded. About half that many on the American side. And Charlestown burned to the ground. There used to be a house. I shouldn't say no. I've never, in anything I've read about the Americans involved in the Battle of Bunker Hill. I wouldn't, you know. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. You can visit Paul Revere's house at Old North Church in the North End. It's amazing they're still there. Old North was built in 1723, and Revere's house was built almost 100 years before he bought it. 60-ish, not exactly sure. And another thing you might want to do in the North, just so
Porque ligar em HD fica foto boa mesmo.
I don't do
Não
that.
seja tremido.
The Toyota. Then we tore it down. Well, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we built an 8 to 10 lane underground highway. Placed the old highway with above ground, 1.5 miles of connected parkland. The Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy Greenway, which is just so different than it used to be. To original Boston, when we turn right at the next light, we'll head into Faneuil Hall Marketplace. Maybe you've been to Faneuil Hall Marketplace. Oh, I should tell you this. I'll tell you how that. Oh, good. Red light. I needed that. Okay. So what Kevin White did, let me show you what he looked like. There's a statue up on our left. You see a man with a coat over his shoulder. That depicts Mayor White. What Mayor White did, remember the days when banks were locally owned? Kevin, Mayor White, let me show you Faneuil Hall. It's on our left. You'll see a statue of the father of the revolution, Samuel Adams, proud defiant in front of a building where he held many meetings. Faneuil Hall goes back to 1742. And our oldest public building, where our colonial legislature met, is over here on our right. That's the old State House from 1713. Can you all see the balcony on the second floor? If you guys behind me can't see it, you will when we turn. It was from that balcony that the American Declaration of Independence was first read to Boston on July 18th of 1776. And every Independence Day, the 4th of July, at 10 a.m., the Declaration of Independence is read from the same balcony. There's much rejoicing. That's the biggest party of the year in Boston, the 4th of July. And if you ever want to celebrate the 4th of July in Boston, we do it on the same date every year. Coming up on our right is a great landmark. For almost 150 years, this tea kettle's been steaming away on that building. So when you see that, you are at Government Center, which has City Hall and federal buildings and state buildings. Now we're on Tremont Street, and we're going to drive by the oldest graveyard in the city. It's over here on our left. The King's Chapel Burial Ground. Some of the graves go back to 1630, which, you know, that's as old as it gets here. The King's Chapel, I've only heard this once this year, but the King's Chapel is ahead to our left, and every Sunday, we're not going to hear it today because they did it at 10:45 in the morning. Every Sunday morning, they ring the bell Paul Revere made for them. We're going to drive by School Street, which is on our left. Boston Latin opened down there in 1635. They're still around, too. They've moved to a bigger campus. They were the first public school. The Packer House Hotel on our left, they made the first Boston Green Pie. There was much rejoicing. And on our right is the Granary Burial Ground, the final resting place of Samuel Adams, Benjamin Franklin's parents, Paul Revere, John Hancock, who was the first signer of the Declaration of Independence, James Otis, the man that said taxation without representation is tyranny, and other dead people. Do you remember the beautiful steeple we saw when we were near the State House? It's on this church door, right? The Park Street Church. And on our left is the Orpheum, our oldest theater from 1852. Still have concerts. Do any of you know the Silver Sun pickups? I don't either, but they're playing there. They're doing pretty well. It holds 2,600 people. On the Common is the Visitor Information Center, and that's the beginning of the Freedom Trail, which is a 2.5-mile self-guided tour of 16 historic sites. If you look to your right, you'll see it as we drive up. The Freedom Trail is a red line painted or bricked into the sidewalk, and it starts here in the Visitor Information Center and goes all the way to the Bunker Hill Monument. And if you follow that, you can find Paul Revere's house and Old North Church. A lot of other cool parts. A lot of the buildings around us are part of Emerson College. I mentioned the college, the university is right Institution of Higher Learning. One of our many nicknames is the Athens of America. You know what else we have within 50 miles of Boston? 1,166 Dunkin' Donuts. We looked it up. We're on the edge of the Theater District, turning right on Boylston Street. And here's the Central Burial Ground on the right. A lot of the British soldiers who survived the Battle of Bunker Hill but died later from their wounds are buried here. And we're almost on the edge of Boston, of old Boston. In fact, we're approaching a corner where the British troops got on their boats on April 18, 1775. Everything in front of us was water when we hit the next street, Charles Street. On our left is a burrito shop, and you'll notice there's a plaque in the building. That marks the birthplace of Edgar Allan Poe. Did you know he was born in a burrito shop? It's fun what you learn on it. So, we were here before. Boston Common on the right, the Public Garden on the left. And in the Public Garden, I want to show you statues. Statues depict the characters of the official children's story of Massachusetts, which is Make Way for Duckling. So look to our left. Now look at the ground, okay? At about a 10 o'clock angle, and soon you might be able to see the statues of Mrs. Mallard and her 8 ducklings, Jack, Pack, 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 Whack, Pack, and Quack. From Robert McCloskey's tale. Now, you know, of all the rich history of our city, birthplace of America, lots of colleges, universities, the thing more people know about than anything else is Cheers. So let's see the real Cheers. There is a real Cheers. When the writers Les Charles and Glenn Charles decided to write a TV show about a bar in Boston, a pub, they picked this place on our right. Because when they were in there doing research, I'm sure it was extensive research, they noticed every regular that came in was greeted by name. We're sitting on Beacon Street now. We're not on original land anymore. And what we're actually sitting on is a dam. It's not active. You can't see it. It's buried beneath us. But in 1830, we built a 2-mile dam here. The river basin's over that way. And the idea of the dam was to harness the power of the water going in and out of the back bay. There were sluice gates in the dam. The water flowed through at high tide, but there wasn't enough water force to get it out, so the back bay became stagnant. Oh, look on our left. This is gorgeous. Oh, they cleared the flower beds since last week. It's some of them. It's still really pretty in the public garden. Well, you know, it's coming to be that time of year. We're going to get up there. I'm sure they got to get rid of some of those flowers somewhere else. They know what they're doing. What we're going to do now is check out Newbury Street. This street is considered to be the place for shopping in Boston unless you're a bargain hunter. I'm sure you'll recognize many of the names of these stores. This church on our right is Emmanuel Church. And on the next corner is another beautiful building, the Church of the Covenant. Again, hey, do you like useless information? A lot of the stuff we tell you, you might want to tell your friends. It's kind of cool, the stories of me. But I'm going to tell you something. You're never going to be able to work into a conversation. That church is made of the official stone of Massachusetts, which is Roxbury pudding stone. Yeah, good luck with that.
Vai ali na vitrine, amor. Fica mais próximo que você vai chegar.
This is a red light. You have those, right? Do you call them red lights? Because I'm supposed to use general terms, not Boston terms. We don't call them red lights in
A
Boston.
gente vai ficar rico um dia. Eu
We
vou
call
te
them
comprar
optional.
roupa chique.
A loja inteira?
Não, uma peça.
Well, this street's known, in addition to its stores, it's known for its sidewalk cafes, which might be opening up now that the weather's getting better. Lots of art galleries.
Oh yeah.
Look, the Wicked Witch of the West has a banana. Sorry. I just try to... It's abstract art, like whatever you want to see.
Meu óculos é gás.
É verdade.
Meu óculos é
I
gás.
know that was green. It's not really banana. It could be
Eu
green,
óculos
right?
também.
Never mind.
I guess.
I drive in circles all day. It does things to you. Oh, now on a one-way street, turning onto one-way street, came to a complete stop, left on red. Chocolate! Ooh. You know Boston had the first chocolate factory in the United
É,
States?
cacau show.
Yeah, and it wasn't a candy. They didn't make candy. A guy named Walter Baker wanted to make chocolate for cooking. Baker's chocolate. But we also had the first candy factory. So don't feel badly. The New England Confectionery Company, NECO. On our right, this is Trinity Church again. Drove by one side of it. You see more now of Henry Hobson Richardson's masterpiece.
Olha a marca de, sei lá.
And we're very close to the Hancock Tower. When you're this close to a tall building, you know, it's not as easy to see it as it was from a distance. Oh, and look who's here. Oh, this is cool. Hey, you know these people. I bet if we wave, they'll wave back. They're on our structure stuff. This hotel on your left, Robert Plaza, is celebrating their 100th anniversary. You might know it by a different name in the TV show, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. That's the Tipton Hotel. There's the library again on our right, which is gorgeous. If you have a chance to go in, oh my God. The library was built as a palace to the people. In one of their rooms on the second floor, every wall has an original mural painted by Johnson or Sargent. Even their doors are works of art. The one entrance, which is considered the main entrance. The doors are sculptures by Daniel Chester French, the man that made the sculpture of Abraham Lincoln at the Lincoln Memorial. Let me just check to see. Tour's over, guys. I'm sorry. I have to see where we're going to park. I know, we were bonding. It's a shame. We had fun. Remember that time we all went in the river? That was cool. Is there a spot up here? There's a spot up here. Okay. I'm going to go in this spot up here. I'm going to parallel park this thing. You might want to close your eyes and hope for the best. I do. Then I'm going to let you out, and to let you out I need to get to the back, so I'm going to ask you to stay seated even after we park incredibly safely. And I can't get down the aisle if we come back. Alright, Christian's the guy behind me guiding me in, but I think I have to. Can we do it? You don't move. Oh, you're gonna move? You know when you back in, your front goes out. You know that? It's important to remember.
Sua mãe traduziu pra mim aquele que tá falando aí.
Remember that.
Ela falou algo de... Eu não consigo escutar. Tem carro atrás, estou...
Might take a couple tries. I don't know why. How am I doing, Christian? You don't care? Alright. Christian's ignoring me. You gonna ignore me all day? I can narrate you. Well, guys, we're well aware of the fact that we couldn't do this without you. Well, you know what? We could, but it would look really silly.
Chegamos no final, 1h33 filmado. Vou tirar uma foto ali depois. Olha as motos da polícia ali do outro lado, ó.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Christian. I didn't see you for a second.
Olha que legal as motos da polícia ali, ó.
Okay, I'm happy with this. It's straight. So I will thank you individually.